on the Yone. Give him a carry in game one. Let's see what he's got.
Broken Blade has already shown the Yone twice this split and has had a lot of success on the champion. We know that it can be very powerful in team fights. We know that he is very good at the champion, but wow, already we've got very interesting drafts to start off our series.
Yeah, we've got all solo lanes, I think.
And onto the Rift we go. For the 73rd time, Fnatic and G2 will meet on Summoner's Rift here in the LEC. All-time head-to-head does go to G2, but it has always been a story of eras between these two teams. Fnatic favored in 2018. G2, of course, when they came into the league, were the dominant force, and now, over the last couple of years, it's started to move slowly back towards Fnatic again.
The irony of it to me was when Fnatic took the crown, it was then G2 that took caps. And now we're here in 2022, and Fnatic has taken Wonder. And now they also have themselves a championship winning mid laner on their roster in Humanoid as well. And it's kind of like, well, you may have done it to us, G2, but now it's our turn to do it to you. And I'm so excited to see these mid laners in particular match up against each other, because the analyst test talked at length about it. We know that they're considered two of the best mid laners that Europe has ever really seen. And the fact that getting to see them on the Rift in this type of matchup as well is an exciting one for sure.
Definitely is. This is going to be a banger of a mid lane matchup. I think that's where everyone's eyes will kind of look towards. And bot lane is also a small discussion. Yes, you've got the best bot lane in the West in Ups and Hylissang. Debatable, depending on Team Liquid's bot lane, of course, but still up there, at least top two. But on the other side, G2's bot lane, Flakked, Targamas. You talk about Fnatic taking Wunder. These are two rookies, which is very rare for G2 in the last couple of years. As Targamas looks for the hook, this bot lane matchup, range advantage to Fnatic, expecting some early push for them. And could have looked for an ult, maybe get his flash, but then again, if Wunder does flash it, he's finds himself underneath the enemy tower, so might have to flash himself, doesn't take the risk, but this is where the matchup can be sort of in a good state for Yone, where he can trade back with the Berserker Greaves. You know, he can E, W him, get slow, walk up, get some Qs, look for Q3s, and then just E back. Shorter trades will benefit him. It's not much action near his stage. Hylissang, as I say that.
Flash with the shield, looking for the pull back. Flack is going to use the cleanse here. The chase is on for Targamas. Dredge line into the flash to get away from the damage there. Razork had the Spectral Maw stun ready to go.
As I have to hold that. Broken Blade.
Look at the damage here onto Wonder. Fate Sealed an option. Flash away from Wonder. Smart there. Did it before the Fate Sealed hit, means that Jankos couldn't follow up. Wonder will be forced to base here, and Jankos and Broken Blade can get this wave under the tower.
So that was just a small window that Jankos saw, knowing that Razork was in the bot side looking for a gank and then reset. With a stacking wave, they saw an opportunity to make a play. They do get Wonder's flash, but no first blood drawn just yet. This is the kind of tense start I like to see in a G2 versus Fnatic. Often what we get, actually. Normally game one's slightly slower. Game two is really where the blood starts to flow, when both teams are kind of adjusted to the stage and starting to feel it. One thing I just wanted to note from previous interaction was Targamas actually walked away from Flakked.
Well, Hylissang doing it level 2, level 3. It's very hard for him to leave his jungle. Yes, he has playmakers and he ran top and got Wunder's flash, but the second that play's gone, he can't really contest because the ultimates are quite long cooldown. He knows they're on Herald and Caps is behind him. Yeah, we're just looking for the chunk here. Jankos able to dash away, but G2 might still want to take the fight. No Fate Sealed available for Broken Blade. The smite comes out. Secured. There's the root as well. Frozen Tomb will lock up Razork. He did secure the eye, but he pays for it with his life. Wonder now chased down. No flash, remember, on that Jace. Will be able to escape with a good knockback into the Shock Blast combo. And Wonder will get back to the safety of his tower. G2, a lot of confidence to walk up there. The power of the Lissandra Lee Sin at these kind of Herald fights is so strong to single out one target, and we saw it there. Broken Blade didn't even have his own ult. If he did, I think Wonder would die as well. So much chain CC and setup for G2 around this Herald. Fnatic do end up getting it, but first blood across to them. See which team can carry more through the threat that they're trying to mobilize. Yeah, this won't be a full tower because Fnatic don't have enough information as to where G2's mid jungle are. Caps' TP is coming up and Jankos is coming out of base. Upset. Argamas looking for upset here. Not the best guns for Flakked to follow this one up. If he had Graviton, perhaps they could have locked upset underneath that tower, but it will just clear out the wave and take over again. You think back to Worlds. Hang on a second. Humanoid. Who's going to land? Targamas with a depth charge here. Human is going to try and get away. Does still have the flash. Will use it to get under the tower. The chase not followed through by G2. Yeah. In Worlds across the entire board, as I say that, Jankos is going to start up the Dragon. Razork is around. Humanoid has TP, but he's very, very low HP. Upset's a long way away from this one, though. He can, of course, jump across the wall, but a great hook onto Razork into the kickback. Flacked's on his way. Caps coming in from the top side as well.
The hostile takeover will force Jankos to attack his teammate, and Razor's able to get one. We saw resets from Diego in the past, but here he's only able to get one out of it. Hylissang locked up as well. 2 kills over to G2 for 1 in response. Yeah, Humanoid though, looking for the chase as Caps sidesteps, still gets hit by the chains. Targamas coming in from the side, and Blackhead will join his mid laner to make sure that Caps can get out alive.
I'm surprised that Fnatic tried to contest that with Humanoid being forced to go back to base. G2, while they did invest a lot of ultimates into trying to fight that play, they still had a numbers advantage. Blackhead was able to collapse first, and Razork very quickly found himself at a numbers disadvantage with only Hylissang there to support him. If it weren't for Hylissang's, W?
With Fnatic picking up the Rift Herald earlier on, the story of plates actually goes in G2's favor. They were able to get 1 in the bottom lane, 4 in the mid lane, and 2 in the top lane, losing only 4 in the bottom lane for themselves. So G2, even though they didn't have that neutral, were still able to get more gold out of the map.
Keep your eyes on the TPs. Both top laners have them. They have been unleashed. Here they come.
Hostile takeover is going to come out. Only hits on Targamas and Caps on the backline. TP coming in from Wonder. Counter TP now used by Broken Blade. G2 looking to front to back this one as Caps dives in. Stop. Uses the Frozen Tomb on himself. Jankos on the backline, caught out by Humanoid. Razork gets 1 reset. He's looking for more as he gets the second. Blackhead forced away, and Fnatic continue to barrel into the fight. Jankos locked up with the chains and locked back to the fountain. Only Broken Blade survives.
Oh, the very quickly fell apart. And as you rightly mentioned, K-Draw, so much of the credit needs to go to this Fnatic bot lane. We're seeing the power of Renata in these fights, her ability to just give that extra bit of time onto the carries to turn.
Very much facilitated by the fact he has a Renata who can give him that bailout and get him out of the fight. But now we'll see perhaps if Jankos and Broken Blade can strike back in the top lane as the Fate Sealed does exactly that for Wonder.
Yeah, G2's comp, like we said, Yone, Lee Sin, Lissandra, Northless, whatever it is, walking in front of you. Fnatic's champions, the second they're locked down, they're pretty much dead. Wunder getting caught there. He thought he was safe because the amount of vision he has towards the top side and the fact that his team is on Herald. But yeah, Jankos smartly coming through lane. 100% kill participation for him. They find another play there, which is fantastic for them in these early stages because Broken Blade's going to be so pivotal on the side lane. Hylissang 1v1ing Broken Blade.
Yeah, but look at where Razork is. Broken Blade does have flash. Razork's going to meet him as he comes back from the Soul Unbound. Hylissang looking for the flank position here. Hostile takeover under the tower. Instead,
and now look to collapse onto Caps, but he should be fine.
Yeah, just gets away with the Path of Ice there. Underneath the tower, chains don't connect. Rift Herald will come down, and Caps can continue to walk away.
Cross maps coming in now. Look at G2, look at Fnatic. Split map, Herald top. G2 are going to answer with this bot tier 1, you have to expect, but Broken Blade has TP and they're really far down in tempo because of this Herald. Maybe they want to TP top themselves here, G2. I think they have a pretty good window if the members of G2 can push out mid and move towards top. There is a ward behind them. If Fnatic look for this tier 2 top, they are quite deep right now. We'll see if they do it because they did ping that ward in the lane behind them. G2 have some options, but it looks like Fnatic is just going to back away. And if Fnatic went deep there, they would have got TP'd on behind. They're just going to smartly back away, and it will be a 1-for-1 tower trade. But the Herald gives you so much tempo on the map that I think Fnatic were thinking about a tier 2.
I actually really like the reset from Fnatic because there's 40 seconds on the next Drake, and if they get this, they're on Soul Point only 19 minutes into the game. So resetting there, and now advancing your vision line down this bottom side of the map can put them in a really good position.
Top. Humanoid doesn't have TP because he used it top, so maybe he can get this top tower.
Oh, this is smart from G2. They knew that Hylissang would want to try and get vision in here. They look for the damage. Broken Blade on the backline, but Hylissang with the stopwatch keeps himself alive.
He's still alive.
He dies in the end, though. He'll come back with the bailout, but in the end, he couldn't find another assist, so he can't come back to the fight. 4v4 now around this dragon.
Support for support have been traded. Fnatic continuing to posture around the Drake. They do not want to give this one up. Upset and Humanoid are still alive.
Eyes on Caps and Jankos. They have ultimates to work with.
Frozen Tomb, an option. Razork forced away. Everfrost just short. Blackhead down to half HP as Humanoid continues to poke and prod. Caps down below half as well. Wonder on that front line can land a lot of poke with the Shock Blast. Accelerating gate combination. The Dragon doing a bit of work here for Fnatic as well. Jankos going forward, Caps diving in. Frozen Tomb, Wonder onto the backline. Blackhead forced away, Wonder just melts him down. Dragon secured by Fnatic as well, as is the fight. Broken Blade, what can you do against the might that's Fnatic? He gets one, but for it, Fnatic, G2 lose everything.
Fnatic is just straight up to around these Dragon fights. They had so much to work with G2, so much turn, they were looking for it, but Fnatic just didn't give it to them. Now they're sitting on Infernal Soul Point, they were playing so patiently around the range, and props to Humanoid in that fight. Stop watching the second Caps jumps on him.
That was so insane. I wanted to bring that up as well, K-Draw, because the reaction time required for that was just spot on. Humanoid sees the engage coming through. Caps delays the second cast of his E to the very last second so that he can try and catch Humanoid off guard, but he's able to react in time. buy the time, and then Wonder gets the flank around, dives onto the back line, and wins the fight for Fnatic.
You're completely right, Vinny. There's a frame with Lissandra E where the animation disappears, but you can still teleport on it. We'll have a look at that, because that's
Title holder. Caps has been trying to return to form, and Humanoid once again finds another kill, and we're seeing why Humanoid is so widely recognized.
They're staying in the flank position here. Hostile takeover will mean Jankos is caught out. Caps now trying to do what he can. He dances away with the glacial path. But 3v5, G2 just making a beeline for their base, but instead they're making a beeline for their coffins. Fnatic nailed them down in the dirt.
G2 just got collapsed on.
It was a slow start, but it has exploded into
They have Baron?
Fnatic domination. They got themselves the Baron off the back of that last fight.
We saw it on the screen,
I thought the Baron was still up, but yeah, TP bot, they have tempo around the entire map. That's going to be 3 tier 2s, I think.
And what an explosion it is for Fnatic. From 2,000 gold behind at that second Dragon fight to now 9,000 gold ahead at the 22-minute mark. And we've talked a lot about Humanoid and the battle with Caps, but I also want to bring attention to the fact...
Fnatic, only 10 seconds left on this Nash. This is the last wave they can play on.
And try and get it underneath the tower. They do, down to about half HP, down to a third now as Upset continues to push in the hostile takeover. Use just to disengage as Caps has to walk away. He's chunked to 50% of his health bar, and Fnatic will be able to walk into that inhibitor. G2 haven't done much wrong this game. They have just been on the losing side of a Fnatic diff, it feels. Fnatic have played them around the map, and the question is, what can G2 change for Game 2 that will really alter the course of this series? Backs against the wall, been knocked down a couple of times. Backs against the ropes, G2 have to find a punch. Had to find some sort of haymaker to get themselves back in this game, because currently they're staring down super minions in the bottom lane, an Infernal Soul in a few seconds time. Humanoid dancing in once again, Flacked with the Bloodthirst, so he's going to be able to keep himself a little bit healthier, but continue to look at these shock blasts connecting.
Fnatic know they just have to play the time game. Minions are just knocking into the base, but the Dragon's low.
Dragon down, secured by Jankos. G2 will get it, no Infernal Soul, but the hostile takeover. Wonder once again looking for his man on the back line, and instead it's Razork who rips through them. G2, you get the Dragon, but at what cost? At what cost? Fnatic swipe them away in the river, and they're TPing for the win.
Yeah, TP coming in. Wonder is dead, of course. Razork falls too. They get 2 kills, G2, but Fnatic are just way too far ahead right now. The Dragon secure was great, but Fnatic are just going to end it now.
In the early game, it was punch after punch landed by both teams, but ring, time's up. Unspeakable violence from Fnatic in the mid-game as they demolish G2 in Game 1.
You can see the smile on Wonder's face. You know that's got to feel good. It was Fnatic that denied him an opportunity to go to Worlds last year, and in this best